Fair use, fair use.
Women are choosing to be single and dealing with less because y'all sat here and gave us so much on why we should be formats to your emotions.
Come on, Randy.
Opposed to taking accountability for the fact that you ain't healed yourself from the fuck your mama did to you. Come on, Randy.
Me? Ignoring you? Yes. Yes, I am.
I don't need no man.
Oh, this is gonna be.
They can do out here. I'm still trying. But Angela said to go back to welfare. I went to welfare already, and they denied me twice. I've got to go to the news. We really about to be put out. We about to be put out, and I'm gonna be living in this car.
I don't need a man.
My comrades.
Okay, Eve. All right, and that's to you so-called. Notice how I say so-called. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled bird Eves, because they're all over the place. The vintage is going to fail. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, of whom I learn from each and every day. Healthy shalom to the 144,000, the elect. It's the brother Gabar Dama coming at you with it's gonna be a quick hitter. It doesn't really need to be long. What you just saw was a clip from that it's a YouTuber called Destro Reborn. You know, and if you're old enough to know, you're old enough to know. I'll just put it that way. It was the G.I. Joe, right? The old Destro. Retreat! And this is what Salakia, this is what the apostles have been telling us for the longest, man. You know, hey, Apostle Tahar just said it. Get yourself a woman of another nation or somebody who's going to be womanly, you know, like the scripture said, meek and all that. Now, we understand that, you know, all of us have committed adultery. Okay? We've all sinned before, not knowing the truth and not knowing exactly how to conduct yourself according to the scriptures. We understand that. Okay? But I'm coming from an angle of this. Real life situations, which I just witnessed one. Okay? And I'm going to go over it. And matter of fact, I had 2 real life situations today. And I'm just going to briefly give you a synopsis. Okay? The first one. You get a call earlier. My, Sarad, my son, he's having some issues with his car. Okay? All right. So, naturally, you go to help out your children, your loved ones and whatnot, or whoever you can help out. The scripture said, if you can, live peacefully with all men, screw all the rest of these nations. But, being cordial is different. I'm just saying, well, he had an issue. Okay? Well, the boy didn't understand what was going on with his car. Matter of fact, I tried a couple things. I didn't understand what was going on with his vehicle. So, this is what he did. He called his own tow truck. He paid for his own tow truck to get put in a yard or at a shop or whatever. We actually put it in a safe place. Okay, and now we know what's wrong with the car. But here's the thing. Do you think for a moment, I'll just put it this way, most women wouldn't be able to, handle that by themselves like that. Again, I was around him, okay, giving him some guidance or whatnot. We figured out what was wrong with it. We'll get it fixed, but it's the fact that he had, enough mental fortitude and understanding to know that it's a situation that arises. Okay, so I'm going to read this first. And it's all going to come clear in the end here. I just got a couple scriptures. I got 2 or 3 or 4 scriptures. That's it. Hey, because you had that woman in the beginning, that Destro Reborn talking about, I don't need no man. Well, yeah, you're going to need a man, especially in these last days, in these trying times. Okay, yeah, especially in these trying times. And now, these videos are not made to mock and scoff. No, it's a warning. Okay, it's a warning because the vintage is going to fail. You're not going to be able to have your hot girl summers. You're not going to be able to say, I don't need no man and shit and have that that feminist attitude, which doesn't work. It was created to, to pit the man against the woman and the woman against the man from Esau, Edom, the devil the Bible speaks of. And that shit worked perfectly. Okay? It's a warning. Okay? And you got a whole lot of Eves out there that are trying to bring their brand of Hebrew Israelite, ideology or doctrine, in, and that shit don't work. It's thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And if you can't take it, then fuck off. Isaiah 4 and verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. What the hell is that reproach? You got to think about this. How proud is Eve today? The pride of Eve is outstanding. What in the hell you think is going to make these women take hold of 7 women, which is a number of completion, take hold of one man? It's called Jacob's trouble, and all kinds of shit is going to be handed out in that day by your enemies, and also by 2/3, whether it be Don DeMarco, right? Pedro or Juan or Pookie, Ray, Chief Sitting Bull, okay? Ramondo, yeah. It's going to be them too. In that day to take away our reproach, only be called by thy name. Why? Because that's a man of the Lord. Until you women have had a man of the Lord and left him, you left everything on the plate. Matter of fact, he was the plate. And that's what the scripture said. Verse 2, in that day shall the branch of the Lord Yahweh be beautiful and glorious. And the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped. You hear this? This is a warning that are escaped from Israel. See that? And know that it's not going into physically escaping the land of Israel, because we understand it's going to get destroyed but rebuilt. No. This is the escape from the pending destruction that's coming, from Jacob's trouble that's coming. Remember, Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, not a hair on your head shall perish. When everybody else is hungry, you're not. When everybody else is thirsty, you're not. Okay? Salakia. This is a warning. Let's go to another scripture here. It reminds me of, Isaiah. Yeah, I quoted it. Book of Isaiah. Isaiah 32nd chapter in verse 8. I think it's verse 9, Salakia. But the liberal. Come on. Work with me. There it goes. It's verse 9. Please excuse me. Call Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Come on. There you go. Yeah, the vintage is damn sure it's going to fail, and it's already sort of failing already. You see the jobs and all that amongst the so-called black woman is they through. And since they did this, what do you call this? A study, if you will. Esau Edom got all kinds of think tanks and studies showing where the woman in general, not just Eve, but the woman in general, ever since the beginning of time, really, they've always picked the same jobs, even after the so-called revolution, women's liberation and all that. It's always been the same damn jobs: administrative, a teacher, a nurse. They never retroactively picked being a roofer or a damn concrete a concrete layer or a tree feller. No, never. See, let's read it again. Verse 9: Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, which is coming from the prophets. Ye careless daughters, give ear to my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. Yea, careless ye, Salakia, careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled. Ye careless ones. You hear that? I don't need no man, but hey, let me give you the second example of what happened. Just 5-10 minutes ago, man. Okay? Let's finish that first. For the vengeance of Salakia. Trouble ye when that are at ease, ye careless ones strip you and make you bare, and gird up sackcloth upon your loins. Now, if the Israelites were to listen in the first place, we wouldn't be in this damn mess. You know, the woman's supposed to be a keeper at home, which, you know, in this society, it's almost impossible. You know, not unless, your man, you know, your husband, is lucky enough to make enough to take care of the entire family. Which in Israel, you know, which is a people before it's a place, is few and far between because it's a part of curses. Okay? So the woman's supposed to be at home. She was supposed to be taking care of the children and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And we understand. We know that we are yet to stay in our captivity. We see what's going on. All right? So I'm going to give you the second example. All right? This was a woman. Okay, what I'm saying is my son, he called his dad because he knows his dad's going to help him. You know, which is understandable. Same with my daughter. If she was, had some issues, she could call me and I'll go help her out because that's what a good father is supposed to do. But there's a difference. So I went to the corner store, the store down here, to grab a couple things, and it was this woman that came in, and she looked like she was in distress, and she couldn't put her vehicle in the park, and she's trying to figure out her gear shift, and she's clearly having issues with her vehicle. All right, now I'm no master mechanic, nothing like that, but I'm not stupid. Okay, us men, we can figure shit out because that's the way we wired like that. Okay, so I proceeded to just ask her a simple question. Do you need help or you all right? You know, because I do that. I just do that. Just being cordial to people. It's the kind of people we are. We are loving people towards our own. Screw everybody else. But when it comes down to it, if I could have helped her out, I would have. Well, you know what she did? She said, "I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my car," and I said, "Well, are you okay?" And she just put her finger up, like, "Wait a minute," and got back on the phone. So I was like, "Fuck this bitch," straight up. So I just left. Okay? So, but in that day, you really gonna need help. It's not just gonna be your vehicle. It's gonna be your damn life. Hey, like I said, it's gonna be your life. It's gonna be dire straits out here in the streets. It's gonna be wives ravished, men afraid, trembling. The days are gonna be evil, nothing but doom and gloom. And you're gonna wish you had a man of the Lord to help you be able to get through this. And for him to be able to get through this, Isaiah 33 and verse 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. And the wings of Yahweh are big brother. You understand? That's what's up, man. And that's what the truth is. Let's get one more. 1 Peter. Okay. Come on. This phone is tripping, man. Damn. 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter. You get it in the KJ Vizzle. All right. The KJV. All right. Let's see. 1 Peter 3 and verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, you got to understand what a wife is. Okay. When a man penetrates you and takes the tokens of your virginity, that's your man. Like he said in that movie Belly, that's your man. All right. That's your husband. All jokes aside. And that's what the truth is. You're only supposed to have one husband in your lifetime, and that's that. You are bound by the law of your husband as long as he liveth. Fact. Another thing that Eve don't want to hear. That's why they keep switching up and changing up. Hypergamy. Anyway, whole nother lesson. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. Verse 2 reads, while they behold her chaste conversation coupled with fear. Did you hear what that scripture just said? Coupled with what? Fear. We all know what it says in 1 Corinthians. It talks about the head, the order. Okay, that's what the order is. It's divine order. All right, who's adoring, let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold and putting on apparel, man. And that's one of the things here in Babylon that's it's prevalent. There's $1 billion industry behind that, man. You know, hey, and we always say it always starts with Judah. You saw the kingdom, right? Benjamin Levi. It always starts with us, and then the other nations and everybody copies and follows. You see? Okay, Slacky, there's something else I want to get at. Verse 6, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them accordingly. And that's what a lot of jakes don't do that either. Okay? They don't. You know, it's money, hoes, and clothes and adultery and all this and all that. And Jake is big on adultery, man. And it's terrible, man. It's absolutely terrible. And that's just a fact. All right. To them according to what? Knowledge. What did I say? Knowledge and wisdom with that precept in Isaiah 33rd chapter. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time, right? Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. And as being heirs together of the grace of life. We're in a grace period. Remember that your prayers be not hindered. And that's the truth. Okay. All right. That's beautiful. I like that. See if I want to get one more. Oh, that was scripture. It eludes me. Salakia. I'll be right back. Titus. Okay. Yeah. The book of Titus, the 2nd chapter. Ooh, this is beautiful. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. This is what I wanted. Salakia, give me one moment. Bear with me. All right, I'm back. Here's some craziness going on outside. I didn't know what was going on. Anyhow, children out there playing. Oh, man, it's a beautiful thing. Anyhow, Titus 2 and verse 1 reads, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. All right. Not making shit up, not misinterpreting. There's no private interpretation, but things that you have learned, be aware of whom you have learned them. Sound doctrine. Verse 2, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith and in charity. So like in charity, in patience. Remember the scripture also said, in your patience possess ye your souls. Wait ye upon me. Okay, Yahweh is going to fix all this. You know, including the mindset of Eve today. You know, hey, it's going to be in your inner parts. There ain't going to be no going off, and you're going to be with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua in the ways of the Lord, man. All right, verse 3, that Salakia, the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as become holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. To who? To the children. We're going to read it. All right, you are not to exert authority over them. I don't need no man. Okay. All right. It's been proven wrong time and time again, and I've seen it time and time again. Okay. In that day, you going to know that you do need a man. Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet. What? Discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, the word of Yahweh, be not blasphemed. See that? Ye young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded in all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine, there's that word again, showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity. Okay? And that's that. You know, I'll just leave it right there, short lesson. But it's a warning, okay? Whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. This is coming, and there's no stopping it. What is it? What he say? There's no stopping what can't be stopped. There's no killing what can't be killed, right? Ain't no stopping this, man. All right? Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, and get you put yourself in a real good position if you put yourself with a man of the Lord in truth and sincerity. Every chance you get, chant this place down and the ways thereof. All right? and why a Bible ball. Boom. Shalom.